Ben, why does Jorge hate you so much?
That's a question for him, not a question for me. I don't know.
Do you think it's anything you've said, though?
I don't believe I said anything too bad. I mean, I said I'm going to beat him, but that's about it. I would say, if you want me to guess, is that what you want me to do? Guess why?
Yeah.
I think he sees me as some privileged white kid from the suburbs, and he doesn't like how I've came into the UFC and taken it by storm, something he's probably tried to do for years and years and years and just hasn't figured out the code. I would guess that's it.
In London, they had a camera on you in the front row and giving your reaction. You didn't kind of give much away when the ending happened. What were you actually thinking?
I was
surprised.
I don't know about surprised. I knew it was definitely a possibility. I think I was thinking, shit, George is going to refuse to fight me, which he tried to do for a week or so, and then I eventually got the fight lined up. But I think that's what I was probably thinking.
Were you disappointed? Did you want that Till fight instead?
I mean, Till would have been more fun, but this, the George things has turned out to be pretty fun also.
Yeah. Have you enjoyed this one more so than Robbie? Because the build up to Robbie was, it's still kind of respectful between you.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I would say maybe a little bit more. I mean, it's kind of the point. I think I maybe get this with every fight where I'm just so sick of hearing my opponent talk, and it's just like I'm just so ready to be done with him. Like I don't want to hear about his name anymore, and that's kind of. This guy, he's just saying crazy shit all the time. He's not saying anything that's really based in reality, and so I think that's kind of why I'm ready to be done with it.
Did you ever find out why he skipped media day last week?
I did not find out why he skipped.
Do you like the build-up to this fight? I think some people felt it would be a little bit more just with how George, he talks a lot and, a lot bigger of a build-up than the Lawler fight.
I think it's been a pretty big build-up. I saw some graphic today where this is the most anticipated fight on the card, and this is the second biggest card of the year. I was on the other biggest card of the year, and I was the most anticipated fight on that card too. So I think the build-up's been fine.
Do you think George has fought a wrestler like you before?
No, absolutely. I mean, I don't think a wrestler like me exists in this division, and maybe anywhere.
Right. What did you think of Lawler getting booked against Colby Covington? Do you see Lawler defeating him?
I think it's a tough fight for both of them. I think Colby puts a lot of pressure on, which can give Robbie issues, but Colby also gets tagged quite a bit, and Robbie hits hard. So I think it could be a challenge for both of them.
I know they pointed out the numbers leading up to this card, and you've been huge as far as the the views and everything like that. You still get a lot of flack though for that win over Lawler because of the stoppage. It seems like you like that though, going back and forth with fans, talking about the stoppage. Is that something you enjoy?
I guess I don't mind it. I'm pretty secure in what happened, so I'm not too. It doesn't get underneath my skin or anything. And you know what? Sometimes it's just out of boredom. It's fun to pick on fans on Twitter because some of them are intelligent, but there's a lot of them that say some stupid shit.
Right, that's for sure. You've been doing the podcast on Rofkin. How's that going? It's a different platform to pay.
Yes.
Behind the wall. What's the feedback been like?
It's been great. I do a vlog there and a podcast both. And obviously I have a lot of faith in the founder, which is Martin Floriani. He also founded Flow Sports, which is a gigantic thing now. Obviously there's Flow Combat in the MMA world. There's Flow Grappling, which is really big in the Jiu-Jitsu. There's Flow Wrestling, which is one of the originals, which is gigantic. It's #1 by leaps and bounds in the wrestling community. So I have a lot of faith in his ability to build a great product.
And it seems like you have a lot of fun doing the show with Brian. Always outspoken. Did you feel like that amps your trash talk game even more, getting to work with him? Because he says a lot of pretty funny things.
Yeah, you know what? He's funny, but he actually just did an interview with Martin, who is the founder of Flow Sports, and one of the things he said is, I really hated it when we had to rely mostly on advertising dollars to run our business because it left us beholden to some people and we maybe had to pull punches.
Yeah.
And so, with Brian, he's not employed by anybody. We're employed by ourselves. So we can say whatever the hell we please without really any fear of retribution for anyone. So, yeah, it's fun. And he really gets it. He gets MMA, he gets the promotion, he gets the build-up, he gets the actual business of it. And so, he's a really good mind in the space, and it's fun chatting with him about it.
You come from the wrestling world. A prospect that's had a rough go is Aaron Pico. Got knocked out in his last fight. What advice would you give to him, just going forward in his career? He's still very young.
Yeah. We talked about this on the podcast, and it's a really tough space because, on the one hand, I say he's 21 years old. He could still be great. On the other hand, I say, shit, he's been knocked out 3 times now, or close to knocked out. That's a really scary thing. If you look at, you've already been knocked out 3 times and you're 21, and then what happens in training and what else, moving forward, that's kind of scary. And he was such a promising wrestler. The guy almost made the Olympic team when he was 19, which is just never done. It's not done. People don't do it. I can't remember the last person to do it, but it's been Maybe I don't want to say never, but maybe never. So I think possibly going back to wrestling is an option if he does want to continue to fight. Really work on his defense. I mean, look at John Jones. Why is John Jones so good? Well, when's the last time John Jones got hit hard? Yeah. I mean, you can't really name it.
Do you think he'll continue in his career?
I mean, from all the things he says, it appears that he's going to keep fighting.
Okay. And last question: it's 4th of July. Best 4th of July memory, dating back maybe your childhood or something like that.
Oh man, I can't think of anything specific. I just, obviously always enjoy the summer. And who doesn't love fireworks? And then lighting fireworks off yourself, and that gives. I think I just have a lot of good memories of 4th of July, but nothing really specific.
Okay.
Ben, you came back from retirement to fight here in the UFC.
Yes.
What's the retirement plan now?
We will wait and see. I mean, I'm not going to be around forever.
And just one last one from me. About 2 years ago, you told me to invest in cryptocurrency, and my investment isn't doing too well. So what's your latest advice?
It's up right now. Well, when did you invest? Because I invested right before the big run up, and then there was the crash. So if you invested up here, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
But
so what are you in on? You're in on Litecoin.
Well, Litecoin is up 400% on the year. Bitcoin's up 300% on the year. And listen, it's still the future. I think we're still at the very, very, very beginning of this. It's like someone saying the internet's not good in 1994.
There you go. On that insightful note, we'll end it. Good luck on Saturday.
Sir. Thanks, you got it.